Hello, Frank.
Hi, Salvatore, my friend.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
I knew this guy not so many months ago, but I was conquered by his energy and his experience.
Thank you very much, Salvatore.
Thank
I am
you.
also very happy meeting
Yeah.
you.
And I discovered that he was also a writer because he's an investor and an entrepreneur, very creative. But in his books, he told of different topics, so very interesting. My favorite one is the amazing adventure of an entrepreneur that I really suggest to read and to buy on Amazon. But can you please explain me which one was your journey?
Yes. I think the amazing adventures of an entrepreneur is really a new version of my first book, which I called it Dare to be Entrepreneur. And when I say dare to be entrepreneur, is because this is the best really profession for anyone in life to be. And then I changed it to Amazing Adventures of an Entrepreneur because I wanted to write my own life story, which is full of adventures, unbelievable stories that you really have to read it in order to enjoy and appreciate.
All the adventures were successful and amazing from this point of view?
Amazing, yes, but successful, of course not. Because adventures of an entrepreneur is like a journey in the nature that you go through ups and downs and you experience all the adventures in a walk in the jungle of life.
Yeah, I understand. And was it serendipity, willpower, or as your subtitle reports,
Yes.
divine intervention?
Great question, Salvatore, because this is really the three questions that everyone wonders about entrepreneurs, particularly the one that have become successful. Was it serendipity? And what do you mean by serendipity? Serendipity is getting rich or successful accidentally. Many people think that, oh, it was just an accident, he was lucky, he bought it at the same time, he bought it at the right time of the market, or he met the right guy at the right time, and you never know. The next question.
You met the stupid
That's right,
guy.
That's right.
or
That's right.
You
That's
are
right.
better
Also-
than me because I can convince.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then, but was it a willpower? Of course, it's a willpower because without willpower, you don't get up in the morning. If you're not determined and have a willpower that you want to succeed in life, you will obviously not, have the kind of energy that the one without a willpower have. And then, is it divine intervention? Is it the interference of divine, of God, and your faith, which I firmly believe it is?
And me too.
But my answer to these questions are that all three. Yes, of course, there is a factor of luck in life. We all know this is true, and we cannot explain it. Which, of course, it has to do with divine intervention, because God is able to make you lucky.
And how much money do you need to start a new business?
Oh, well, more the better. But you can start a business with nothing. I tell you to the young entrepreneurs that you can start a business with zero capital. Because leave all the billions in a warehouse. Can the money do anything by itself? But if you have an entrepreneurial energy, you come up with an idea and an enterprise, and then you attract capital from those who have money for some sources, but really they don't know how to build an enterprise, and they will happily give you capital, and you build your enterprise and you become millionaire and make them millionaires.
We both like real estate. We have a strong passion for finance and real estate. Which one was your best deal?
Oh God, I have mentioned it in my book. Probably it is recorded in my book and in my life as my most successful year of my entire business life. When I was 25, I was in Los Angeles, and it was 1975, and I had just started my Sud investment development company to get involved in Los Angeles real estate business.
Wow.
I was a kid compared to the big players. And then, lucky enough, There is your serendipity. I met couple of my fellow friends who said, we have this property for many years and it's empty and we cannot sell it. What property is that? Take me to it. They take me to the property. I couldn't believe it. It was Charlie Chaplin's mansion.
Wow.
14 bedroom, 3-story, lift, 4 acres of land on top of the mountains, end of La Brea Terrace, and the address was 2000 La Brea Terrace. Asking price $750,000. A lot of money those days.
Yeah.
Salvatore, without a hesitation, I said, I will buy this property. I negotiated to pay $10,000 deposit only.
How much?
$10,000.
Wow.
And put it in the escrow for 6 months with a
So we
condition
got-
upon that I move in.
Just a check.
They loved it, of course, because they had to protect the property all the time because the burglars will come and break the glasses and seal there was nobody living in it. I moved in
Moved in.
I
So
moved
you
in.
had the right to live there.
to live there
Oh, yeah, great.
and restructure it, refurbish it, clean it, organize it, subdivided the 4 acres and sold it for $1.5 million.
Wow, great.
And that was my first $1 million at age 25 in Los Angeles.
So you don't need so much money to start.
No, you don't. You need energy, you need self-confidence, you need determination, you need really, really ambition to succeed in life. Money will come.
And how big could we dream? Should we dream?
Oh,
How big?
you know, I always say God was an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And you want to see how big we can dream? Look at the size of the
Wow.
universe. There is no limit. There is no limit how big you can dream. There is no limit how big you can think. There is no limit how far you can go in life. It's all up to you to have that determination.
Great, great. Thank you for your advice. Very inspiring.
You're welcome.
And what about the worst
Yes.
deal or the worst experience?
You know, I've had many failures in my life, and of course, I've had many successes in my life. But by 2006, my company had reached already $1.5 billion revenue.
Wow.
And at that time, I regret that I didn't pay attention to the possibility of 2008 economic crisis. Had I seen the coming of economic crisis, or had I set aside enough money or enough funds, I would have definitely not experienced the kind of loss and failure of few $100 million that I did. Very difficult.
Very difficult also probably to restart. No?
No,
No?
no. Entrepreneurs, only one time they die. As long as they live, they continue to rise above the challenges, rise above the problems, and rebuild and restart and recreate and rebuild and restart and recreate until they succeed.
So never give up,
Never give up, never give in, never lose hope,
never quit.
never quit. I have this wonderful motto: quitters never win, winners never quit.
Oh, great. And what about Dubai? How was Dubai? You stay here since 20 years.
20 years? Wow. Amazing. I started here in 2001 with my wife and a year-old son, and we came for a visit and we were on our way to go to US. And we stayed in Dubai Marine Resort at the early beginning of Jumeirah. I fell in love with Dubai. It was such a beautiful place, and the local population, wonderful people, friendly, kind, tolerant, open, free, exciting. Dubai Media City just started, Dubai Internet City just started. And as you know, by 2006, freehold properties started. So opportunities was fantastic, which is the book that I'm writing right now about Dubai, the new land of opportunity.
I call Dubai Wonderland, as you know.
Yes,
Wonderland.
love your book. Yes.
Thank you. And could you imagine what we are living today in Dubai 20 years ago?
To be honest with you, it's mind-boggling for the whole world. Still, the whole world cannot believe that what we see as a cosmopolitan city of Dubai, this fantastic cosmopolitan place, was built in only 20 years. Wow. It's amazing.
Is a big lesson that all of us could appreciate,
Exactly.
understand,
Exactly.
and use to learn.
And encouraging to know that all things are possible. You know, Dubai has this fantastic spirit of impossible is nothing.
Really,
Yeah.
impossible is possible.
It's nothing.
It depends on you.
Exactly. Exactly.
And what about your next journey?
We have now a fantastic project under development called Genius Tower.
Yeah.
We are going to build the most advanced, the most technologically connected tower for the young generation of millennium, 400 apartments, right next to Marina Mall. And it's about 540 million dirham project. And after that, we are hoping, of course, with your partnership, we're going to continue as you are a partner in the project Genius also, and we're going to continue building more projects.
Are there in Dubai many things to do, or is fully finished? Look behind you. There are hundreds of towers already.
Dubai is a dream place for 500 million people of the entire West Asia region. All the young Arabs in the entire region of what I call it West Asia, North Africa, the young generation, young internet-ready generation are dying to come to Dubai. They look at Dubai as truly a cosmopolitan and an ideal place to come and live and work and make money.
I'm sure Dubai is already a big example.
Yes, very, very attractive.
Yeah. And what about Saudi Arabia? I mean, the differences with the UAE and also the opportunities. Do you see opportunities now? or not?
The opportunities are opening up in Saudi Arabia. Dubai's secret of success, number one, was opening up the spirit of tolerance. Tolerance of different religions, tolerance of different cultures, tolerance of different nationalities, tolerance of different races. There's no prejudice in Dubai. And this is what's so beautiful. Saudi Arabia, with the Prince Salman, you know, the Sheikh Salman, the Prince of Saudi Arabia, he's a very open-minded man. He has just started the idea of turning Saudi Arabia Red Sea region into a new Dubai in the next 20 and 40 years. This is a long-term project, but opportunities are enormous right now that are opening up in Saudi Arabia.
Regarding opportunities, you worked and invested in US, in Asia. You have a lot of experience all around the world,
Yes.
and here, of course, in
Yes.
Dubai and in all the places around Dubai. But where should we point to find the opportunities?
You know, first of all, do not forget Dubai's secret and brilliance of managing this cosmopolitan city and still allowing no corporate tax. This is a major attraction for investors coming here.
For sure.
Secondly, opportunities are all around the world. There are opportunities in China, in US, in Europe, in Latin America, in entire Europe and Africa. But the leadership of countries who are capable of providing security, stability, opportunity, open markets, free markets, readiness for entrepreneurs to come and build businesses. This is very important. Every country wants to say, please come and invest here. But are they providing these bases that are required for entrepreneurs to come and succeed? Dubai have been number one in creating that kind of opportunity.
What I'm convinced, for my small experience, little experience in front of yours, is that every street is paved by gold.
Correct.
Everywhere there are opportunities, also in many different industries.
Correct.
Especially today,
Correct.
world is changing, independently from pandemic. That was a big change.
Yes.
Also. What do you think regarding cryptocurrencies and this new model of finance?
To be honest with you, it is such a humongous opportunity that almost scares the world of what could be. As you know, still the whole world do not understand the potential, the explosive potential of this metaverse, of this cryptocurrency, of this new world, that is coming and happening. It's impossible to really predict what is going to be next 5 years and 10 years. But again, cryptocurrency have proven that it is a great opportunity for investors.
Such a great
Yes.
opportunity for investors and also for new form of jobs.
Correct.
And also it's something that I perceive make me more free.
Yes.
I can
Yes.
arrange my agenda better.
Yes.
I can
Yes.
decide from where to work and so
Yes.
on.
Yes. You know, pandemic was a great experience in the past 2 years, even though it created enormous amount of losses for tourism industries, airline industries, and many other industries. But also it opened up new industries, opened up new opportunities. You know, during these last 2 years, look at just shares of Zoom
Yeah.
went skyrocketed because of internet meetings. Look at the shares of delivery companies that skyrocketed because everybody started ordering from home to these delivery companies. So what I'm saying is, as you can see, in every disaster there are opportunities. An entrepreneur is the one who is capable of identifying these opportunities in the middle of the crisis. All crisis comes with a built-in opportunities.
What about your country, your native country, Iran?
My country, Iran. Well,
What's happening?
yeah. Unfortunately, Iran is the perfect example of poor leadership. You see what happens? Our currency have lost 10,000% value. In 1975, when I went to US, 7 tuman, which is Iranian money, was equal to $1. Today, 30,000 tuman is $1.
Unbelievable.
How do you explain that?
Wow.
We
Poor
are
people with
isolated.
respect.
We are isolated.
families.
We are subject to sanctions, the severest sanctions in the history that any country is facing. We are unfriendly to our neighbors. We are unfriendly to America and US and Europe and the rest of the countries. Why? It's not necessary.
And what's
Learn
your
from
vision?
Dubai.
And,
Learn
yeah,
from Dubai.
And what's your vision? Like the title of your book.
The book of Iran 2050,
50.
Vision Iran 2050, is really like a prescription when you go to a doctor, how to cure a sick nation in 30 years, from 2020 to 2050. I have described in detail how Iran can become a well-developed economy by 2050 if they follow these prescriptions in the book.
Wow. Right, right. Who inspired you in your career? I mean,
Well, I am by heart a nationalist. I love my country. I love my family. I love my 1,000 years of history of our country. And I always, after living in US for 15 years, Singapore 7 years, 20 years in Dubai, after watching the whole world and after watching the development of many, many countries successfully converting themselves from a third world country to a first world country, I sat down and thought by myself how to convert Iran into a first class country, and I wrote this book. And I hope and pray that the young generation of Iranians will read this book and get inspired and get encouraged, and by God's help, in the next 30 years, convert Iran into a brand new country.
in your story, who helped you more or teaches you, but helped?
God. Because I sincerely did not have any, I would say, formal education. I dropped out of high school and I didn't want to continue formal education. So I didn't have a formal education to tell you that something. I had, of course, many, many other entrepreneurs in my life that I have seen. I read enormous amount of books, and I always learned from other entrepreneurs how they succeeded. And I had this energy and I had this self-determination in order to succeed.
Okay, Good friend. It was really nice to meet you today.
Thank you very much, Salvatore,
Thank
for
you
the
for your
opportunity.
time and for staying together.
It was my honor. Thank you. Thank you very much. All the best.
All the best.